last couple of years, North London Derby has provided some fantastic matches, and I hope tomorrow will be no different. We're going to go through some of the predictions that I have, my predicted Arsenal lineup, and just a quick few points that I wanted to discuss going into this game. So let's get into it. So starting off, this is a massive match for both teams in my opinion, because both teams still could potentially climb the table, maybe less so in Arsenal's case, but both of them are still in the Europa League. Both of them made great strength this week in continuing their run in the Europa League in their first legs. In both first legs, Tottenham winning 2 or 3-0 I think, and Arsenal obviously winning 3-1 as we mentioned last video. I'm worried kind of because Tottenham's defence is on fire, or Tottenham's attack is on fire, and Arsenal's defence is just going through a ball patch at the moment. I mean, the day we keep a clean sheet, I swear to God, I don't think we've kept a clean sheet in this month. I think I'm right. We haven't even kept a clean sheet this month. Spurs have had an easy run of games, you can argue, but they still have had some fantastic solo performances, including the likes of Gareth Bale, the likes of Harry Kane, of course, who's always been a fantastic presence in North London derbies. Heung-min Son, who scored one of the most outrageous goals this season in the North London derby. Even Lucas Moura, even Højbjerg in the middle. You know, they've got a fantastic team, but I don't think, and I've heard people say this before, Jose Mourinho doesn't know what his best starting 11 is, because he's just keeps changing them in and out. Like Matt Doherty, the signing of Matt Doherty, I was excited as an Irish person because it would have exposed him to a higher level of football and therefore making him a better player for Ireland. But he hasn't played. Simple as that. I mean, he started a couple of games, he's played okay, but Mourinho just keeps changing in his players, and as I said, he doesn't really understand his strongest 11 in my opinion. But that's enough to talk about Spurs. Let's move on to Arsenal. There are a couple of things I do want to say about Arsenal, and I'll get on to that now. When you think about Arsenal, you obviously, based on the last couple of weeks, you think about defensive errors. If we think back to the goal we conceded against Leicester, obviously a goal against Burnley, the goal against Olympiacos as well. That's 3 defensive errors in the last 2 weeks nearly. That can't run. That just can't run. And unfortunately, I do think it's going to continue on Sunday, because at the end of the day, you know, Bernd Leno hasn't learned that he can kick the ball outfield if he wants, and he doesn't have to play it play when he gets the ball. He doesn't have to give it to the centre backs. He just doesn't want to learn, and it's clear that he doesn't want to learn, because clearly Arteta's telling him something else, that this is, it's the best thing since sliced bread to just pass it out the back and not just hoof it up to Aubameyang. But look, we can only but speculate. In terms of a predicted lineup, here we go. I think Leno's going to keep his place because he has been a good shot stopper this season. I think we're going to keep the same back four. Maybe Mari comes in for Gabriel, maybe something like that. But I think David Luiz is going to keep his place. I think Tierney's always going to keep his place, and Bellerin. In the middle, I do want to see El Neni starting. I know that might be sort of optimistic, but yeah, I don't know. But I think Partey will keep his place. I don't think Ceballos or Xhaka should play based on their run of form as of late. I know Xhaka has been pretty consistent this year, but I just don't think, based on the last couple of games, he deserves to keep his place. In terms of attacking wise, the only changes I would make to the Olympiacos team would be maybe Willian comes out and Pepe slots in, because Pepe is a bit more not experienced, but just I think he provides a little bit more going forward. Willian has been fantastic, I think, the last couple of games. He's been very good, but I just think Pepe is a bit more suited to this game, especially if he's on the left side, because he can take on Doherty, and I think he can take Doherty or Aurier for place as well. So, and then of course I'd say Odegaard and Saka and Aubameyang should keep their place. Also, I'd like to see, obviously, I think all Arsenal fans want to see Martinelli make some sort of an impact. I think they want to see Lacazette playing as well. Obviously, Smith Rowe is still coming back as well. Smith Rowe might play. I wouldn't expect him to play. He may come on as a sub. I don't expect him to start. Hopefully he does come on, because obviously he's a fantastic player, and I think Arsenal fans are very excited about the future of this young man, because he's a sensational player. But yeah, that's going to do it for my prediction. My predicted lineup, In terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go optimistic, but I do think Arsenal are going to concede. I do think it's going to be high scoring, so I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal. 3-2 to Arsenal. That's what I'm going to say, because this game has always provided goals when it's in the Emirates. I know it was only 1-0, or was it 1-0? Sorry, 2-0. In the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, or White Hart Lane, as more normal people call it, earlier in the season, sorry. But I do think there's going to be goals, because both defences haven't been going through the best of form recently, and I do think that there's a lot of area for both teams really to expose. So I do expect it to be a very entertaining game, and hopefully the Gunners win it out in the end. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe. Drop a like in the video if you're enjoying these types of videos. Share the video as well with other Arsenal fans. Let's try and get a big community going. We're trying to hit 150 subscribers by the end of the season, and that would be really much appreciated. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.